Hey, this is Corey Lancaster with the Lancaster team of XRI Realty, and I bring you another edition of About Your Business. And today we're going to talk about a form that many people are still confused about, which is the Understanding Whom Agent Represents form. Um, it used to be a time where, when you went to get a listing signed, you would have that form signed by your seller as well, stating that you would be representing them. And likewise, when you represent a buyer, you have your buyer sign that form, letting them know that you would be representing them as the buyer's agent. Um, we've also used that form during open houses. And if a customer came into an open house, you would have them sign that form so the potential customer that came in knew that you were representing the seller. Well, as you guys know, with open houses, that whole thing has changed in terms of you need the new open house form printed out in our color. But as it relates to the understanding who agent represents form, that form only needs to be now presented when you're dealing with someone who is not represented by an agent. So no longer do we need to have them sign at listing agreements or buyer's agreements. Another thing that a few years ago, some changes came out with understanding who agent represents, and sometimes when I get listings, offers on my listings, I'll get understanding who represents from the other agent too, uh, disclosing to my seller that the other agent is representing the buyer. That really never existed, but you don't need to do that. I still see that quite a bit now. The circumstances, give you an example of circumstances where you may have to use it or you will need to use it, is let's say you're showing a buyer, a for sale by owner client. Okay, so that client is not being represented by an agent. You need to have the understanding who agent represents signed by that for sale by owner, also known as a FISBO, so that he knows that you're representing the buyer. So that's one of the classic examples of when it is necessary to use the understanding who agent represents. I hope this has been clear. I hope this has been helpful. Um, any other issues you guys have that you want me to discuss, please shoot me an email, text message, Facebook Messenger, all of the above. Be happy to get it on here because if you have a question, probably other people have a question. If you like this content and you want to find out more about XRI Realty and what we do in terms of training, mentoring, and coaching our agents, or you are interested in joining a dynamic team, the Lancaster team, click on the link below and we'll be happy to reach out to you and set up an appointment. You have a good one now. Bye.